Picture this, it's an ordinary evening. You're scrolling on your phone, streaming a movie, or maybe working late on your laptop. Then, suddenly, the power goes out. At first, it's just an inconvenience. But then, it's not just your home. It's your entire city. Your country. The entire planet. This isn't a temporary blackout. This is a world without electricity, for an entire year. Let's pause and reflect. Could we survive? Would we adapt? Or would our dependence on electricity unravel everything we've built as a modern society? In this video, we'll explore these questions and imagine a world stripped of its most critical resource. Before we dive into the impacts, let's think about just how much electricity surrounds us. It's in every aspect of our lives, from the moment your alarm clock rings in the morning to the late-night scroll on social media. The coffee machine, the refrigerator keeping your food fresh, the elevators in your building, even the water you drink, often pumped by electric systems. Now imagine millions of people whose lives literally depend on electricity. Patients on ventilators in hospitals, premature babies in incubators, or people with pacemakers keeping their hearts beating. Dialysis machines for kidney patients, chemotherapy machines for cancer treatment. For these individuals, electricity isn't a convenience, it's life itself. And when it's gone, so is their safety net. In the first 24 hours of this global blackout, the world as we know it would grind to a halt. 1. Communication blackout. Phones would stop ringing. The internet, our lifeline to information, would vanish. Television, radio, and even emergency broadcasts would be silenced. 2. Transportation collapse. Cars with electronic systems wouldn't start. Electric trains and subways would stop mid-journey. Airports would shut down. Planes in the sky might never land safely. The once bustling highways and skies would fall eerily quiet. 3. Food and water crisis. Grocery stores would run out of supplies within days. Refrigerated food would spoil. Electric water pumps would fail, leaving millions without access to clean water. In major cities, chaos could erupt as people scramble for basic necessities. 4. Medical disaster. Hospitals, even with backup generators, wouldn't last long. Life-saving surgeries, treatments, and even basic care would be impossible. Emergency rooms would be overwhelmed, and healthcare systems would collapse. Let's face it, electricity powers almost everything we consider modern. Without it, at least 70% of our inventions would become useless relics. Smartphones and laptops, these pocket-sized computers we rely on for everything, would be nothing more than paperweights. Factories and industries, every item we buy, from clothing to electronics to vehicles, is produced with machines that run on electricity. Without power, global supply chains would break. Home appliances, refrigerators, microwaves, air conditioners, even basic lighting, would cease to function. Medical technology would take the hardest hit. Imagine an intensive care unit without ventilators, defibrillators, or monitoring systems. Vaccines and life-saving medicines requiring refrigeration would spoil, leaving millions vulnerable to disease outbreaks. But while electricity-dependent systems crumble, older, simpler ways of living could re-emerge. 1. Mechanical tools. Tools powered by human effort, hammers, saws, and manual looms, would become essential once again. 2. Traditional farming. With modern agriculture paralyzed, farmers would return to manual plows and organic methods. 3. Pre-electric innovations. Windmills, water wheels, and even animal-powered carts could make a comeback, reminding us of a time before electricity. Yet, adapting wouldn't be easy. Generations raised in a digital world might find themselves unprepared for a life requiring hands-on survival skills. The loss of electricity wouldn't just impact technology, it would reshape our entire way of life. 1. Urban exodus. Cities, with their skyscrapers and reliance on power grids, would become inhospitable. People might flee to rural areas where survival feels more possible. 2. Economic collapse. Global markets would shut down. Money, tied to digital systems, would lose its value. Bartering might replace currency as the primary method of trade. 3. Human connection reimagined. Surprisingly, this blackout might reconnect us. Without screens and distractions, people might return to face-to-face conversations, storytelling, and communal living. However, this wouldn't come without conflict. Scarcity breeds competition. A year without electricity would strip humanity down to its core. It would reveal our vulnerabilities but also our strengths. Would we innovate? Could we find new ways to harness energy, or would we regress into chaos? What skills would you rely on? Would you remember how to grow food, fix things by hand, or adapt to a simpler life? Most importantly, would we come out stronger, or would this setback change our trajectory forever? This isn't just a thought experiment. It's a reminder. A challenge to rethink our dependency on electricity and to ask ourselves, are we investing enough in sustainable and decentralized energy systems? Do we have the skills to survive without modern conveniences? While electricity has transformed our world, it's also made us vulnerable. Could we survive without it? The answer might surprise us. What do you think? Would humanity adapt or fall apart? How would you personally navigate a world without electricity for a year? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss how we can learn from this hypothetical scenario. And don't forget to support our channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video. Together, we can explore ideas that challenge, inspire, and awaken the thinker in all of us.